Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. So it would appear that Henry Cavill is done playing Superman. This is from several sources. Viewer Anon on Twitter, very reputable source, 9 times out of 10 correct. He's heard from individuals, well he or she, I don't know, has heard from individuals that Henry Cavill is done. We also have a GQ article which cites Dwayne Johnson's response to a question about Black Adam fighting Superman. His question seemingly indicates that Henry Cavill is done as well. So we're going to dive into this. I think this is a travesty, personally. I really like Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he's a great actor as well. He was exceptionally good in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. That was his great Bond sort of audition. He's very, very good in that. Very suave, very slick. Could easily take on the role of James Bond from that movie. And I think he made a good Superman, albeit in films that underutilized his personal capabilities and didn't push his strengths as much as they should. So let's dive into this today, ladies and gents. Henry Cavill is probably done playing Superman. So we'll dive into this article first, and then we'll get to the other comments by Viewer Anon. So there was lots of buzz that he would appear at San Diego Comic-Con, and DC's lineup at San Diego Comic-Con was shit. It was pretty crap, pretty poor, and they needed to put it out the bag, but they didn't. Yeah, I mean it was way less than expected. It was really, really poor. This whole year, San Diego Comic-Con has been pretty poor, I think, personally. But Cavill failed to appear as expected at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend. Black Adam star Dwayne Johnson seeming to imply that the 39-year-old has hung up on his cape for good. So why did he say that? Well, let's dive into this. So, we have... so there's months of speculation heading into SDCC that, Cavill will be back. But obviously didn't turn up. People are like, he failed to show. It's like, well, yeah, it wasn't due to, obviously. But now, obviously, people are thinking that he's hung up his cape for good. And this is the comment by, Dwayne Johnson, which made that sort of make sense as well. So said line of thought was seemingly confirmed by Black Adam star Dwayne Johnson, who heavily implied that Cavill won't be returning to the DCEU in response to a fan question, Q&A classic, who would win in a fight, Superman or Black Adam? And Johnson's response was really pretty clear. That's a great question. Don't threaten me with a good time because I'm going to answer the question. Pound for pound, they're pretty close. I guess it probably all depends on who is playing Superman. I'm just going to say that. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, with the suggestion that Cavill's role is now open, onlookers reportedly booed Johnson's answer, and Cavill has become, been a popular fixture of DC's screen series, considered a fleeting strength in an otherwise underwhelming franchise. Yeah, people think that he's great, and DC just can't get him back. But now we have the comments from Viewer Anon. So, this is the interesting stuff, I think. It's all a game of he said, she said, but I've been told on multiple occasions that Henry Cavill isn't Superman right now because Henry is unwilling to come back. I don't know what Warner Brothers' terms are that he isn't happy with, but the studio has asked him back on multiple occasions. And you know what? I can believe that they probably have. I can also believe that they haven't because they are idiots. But who knows? Viewer Anon continued and said, maybe they aren't offering enough money. Maybe he wants more creative control and they're unwilling to budge. I honestly have no idea. I've heard dozen reasons from a dozen people. I was hoping the SDCC rumours were true, that they'd come to an agreement and he'd live stream in from the set of The Witcher. Alas. Now, Cheek responded and says his terms are a contract renewal with a solo Superman movie, including full creative control and a director approval, in addition to more money. Apparently. Allegedly. And there was some like responses. So Andre said, okay, if this is true, why doesn't anyone speak publicly about it? Because that be one of everyone's questions anyway. It's just a rumour. Why doesn't anyone show up to give a certainty on the subject? And Vuranon says, well, and obviously quite astutely says, well, if Henry says that they want him back, but he wants more money, control, what have you, he looks like an arsehole. If Warner Brothers say they want him back, but he's too difficult, they look like the arseholes. So they're in a lose-lose situation on public discussion of all of this. And then there was someone that replied to him, to the Vuranon tweet, that commented about how he's actually really difficult to work with. And Vuranon replied saying, yeah, I've heard that as well. That he is a very difficult person to work with. And, you know, notoriously difficult, basically. And there was also other comments, which I guess, you know, is different to the initial Dwayne Johnson comments. Because Dwayne Johnson said that Henry Cavill is the Superman of our generation. So he says, I will say this. I will say that Henry is a buddy and he's a phenomenal Superman. He is a phenomenal Superman, and Henry Cavill is the Superman of our generation with respect to other Supermans of the past. Every time I see him, we have so much tequila, or we have some tequila, sorry, and I say, this guy is Superman. My longtime business partner, Danny Garcia, has been passionate advocate for Henry Cavill and his career for a very, very, very long time. So that was a question dodge as well, because the question was basically, will we ever see the two characters meet in the DCEU? And that was his answer. So it seems like Henry Cavill is out, personally. We've heard nothing from him. We've got David Zaslav in charge now. Discovery, you know, merger with Warner Media. So David Zaslav may be in discussions with Henry Cavill at this point in time. I think if he was a wise man, he would be in discussions, and we would be getting something with Cavill at some point soon. This is what people want to see, but then they've wrote themselves into a corner via changing everything. Apparently Flash is going to kill off Kal-El as a baby. So you got that to look forward to. But all will be revealed come The Flash. I think that'll be the movie that tells us where the DC universe goes to from here, along with actors as well. Drop your thoughts down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we, of course, have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box, along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.